Like, what's supposed to happen after a fight? That's all it was. No one stole the nuclear codes. What? What it is, you're not used to white people getting their butts kicked. That's what it is. They did the same thing after the Montgomery Brawl.
For those who want to politicize it, the J.D. Vances and the Vivek Ramaswamis and the Bernie Marinos and the Christopher Smithermans and many others who want to politicize it, they have not yet said something that I always hear when a black person, say, runs from the police and then is met with disproportionate force, sometimes ending their life. What we hear is, well, why did they run? Why didn't they just comply? We hear that every time. But I've yet to hear anybody say, why didn't he just walk away? So let me back up so you understand this. Two combatants, one black, one white. A black man steps in, breaks it up. The white guy re-engages, slaps, not the black man that he had just squared up with, but slaps another black man. And nobody's asking, why didn't he just walk away? And
he'll never answer that question because it's white guys and black guys. You know, they never ask that question because whatever the answer is, they act like it's not pertinent. Yeah, it's not pertinent to them because they got beat up. Now, you know, I said the same thing, like, why didn't Daniel Penny have a duty not to strangle a guy to death? Well, he was talking reckless. Why did he just stop talking reckless? Oh, see, when it's a black person, there is no room for error in anything they did not do to prevent their own death or whatever is a talking point that some conservatives will latch on to. But when it's the same situation, when it's a different situation, but a white person could have did something to prevent their own demise or pain or injury, no one says it. All of a sudden, you know, they're incapable of that. They don't even entertain the idea that this Russian dude who ain't even an American citizen, this is how bad it is. To those people, they don't give a damn that these are black Americans and these are Russian nationals. They don't care. They see white.
So when I see, and I don't know who else the chief is looking for or CPD is looking for, but when I see the mugshots, I only see people who look like me. I don't see the person who re-engaged, slapped not the initial person, but slapped another black man. So I don't see the slapper's mugshot. And so sadly, I have to agree with those who are politicizing this and racializing this. I have to agree with the Smithermans, the Ramaswamis, the Marinos, Corey Bowman. This is racial because it is unequal justice. And so until we see all the mugshots, this is still a racial issue. So let me say again to those in Cincinnati, it's Friday night, and we know people like to go out on Friday night. Here's what I would ask. Because of what happened this past weekend, we don't want to see it happen again. Drink responsibly, take care of one another, and everybody get home safe. God bless you.
In Cincinnati, you know, it doesn't get a lot of coverage, and then by the time you learn more about it, you know, these guys are getting off on $400 bail. A couple of the guys had long rap sheets, felony charges. One guy was out on bond.
Hey, folks, I gotta ask you a question, man. Let's be real. I'm just gonna. Let me say this before I go back to this jackass here. This Brahmin high class Indian dude. Here goes the question, guys. If this would have been white guys beating up white guys, would we even be seeing this shit? I'm just asking. No, we wouldn't. We never would have heard of it. It just been some fight that broke out somewhere. No one would give a shit. If this would have been black guys beating up, no, we already know. We already know, right? The only reason why we're hearing about it is because it was a bunch of white guys talking a bunch of shit who got beat up by some black people. and laid hands on some people, then got hands laid on them. Happens all the time, all across the country, all the damn time. People fight all the time. This is actually nothing. Let's keep it real, Johnson. There are people that didn't make it home last night. In the city that you live in, there are people that did not make it home last night. There are people that were beat to death. There are people that have been shot. Since this thing happened last week, you know how many people have been shot?
He first got shot, he was screaming, but after a little minute, he just stopped moving.
New information tonight about a shooting at a Wendy's in southeast Memphis that left one man dead. The store's general manager has been officially charged with first-degree murder in this case.
We've also obtained shocking footage that shows the moment that deadly shot was fired. And Jack, why exactly did this happen?
Well, Darcy, according to court records, the GM was arguing with one of his female employees. Those records state that she wanted to leave early. Again, I want to warn you, this footage is disturbing, and we've edited out some of the most graphic moments. Cell phone video posted to social media shows the moment the deadly shot was fired. You can hear screaming, then the shooter stands over his fatally wounded victim and slaps him in the face. Memphis police say the shooter is Darrell Bowers, the general manager of the Wendy's. Court documents state Bowers was arguing with a female employee who wanted to leave early. He allegedly threatened to slap her, so she called a friend to pick her up. When that friend arrived, he and Bowers started fighting.
The person that got shot, he ended up swinging on the manager of the store, and the manager pulled out his gun and shot him. Well, he already had his gun in his hand, so.
The video shows Bowers walking towards the victim, gun in hand, before the victim throws a punch.
Every time there's something that happens to a black person, there's always some bunch of white people in my mentions going, it's only a matter because it happened to the good cop was white. Well, guess what? This, with these Russians, is only being talked about because they are white Russians. If they'd have been black Nigerians, if they'd have been dark-skinned Haitians getting beat up by some black Americans, nothing. You would have heard nothing. If it had been some guys from West Virginia, white guys from West Virginia, beating up some white guys from Kentucky, nothing. You never would have heard of it. Where's that argument? Where's that argument? This story has got more news than the 4 people that were shot and killed in whatever city 3 days ago. And nobody even died. No one's even in the hospital. You understand what I'm saying? All because these drunk dummies picked a fight and put hands on people they don't know in a country they're not even from. I covered a story. A black kid went to Greece. He's in a nightclub. He started talking to a white girl. He didn't know she knows this white guy. They beat him and killed him outside. Dead. You probably never heard of the story. I covered it. That story got less coverage in America about a black American citizen, college kid, killed in Greece by a mob over a girl that all he did was talk to. Not in the 20s or the 60s or the 40s or the 50s or the 80s or the 90s or the 2010s. 2020, mofo. These Russians come to our country, use slurs, and then put hands on a black dude. They won't even. And it's been a conversation for 5 days. Why? Because Ramaswamy wants to bring all the bigots to the yard to come out and vote for him. He's trying to bring all the racists out there in Ohio to come out and vote for him.
And this poor woman's face, I mean, she looks like she went to war in Ukraine.
Look, it's really sad, Jesse. It kind of shocks the conscience. I had a chance to speak to Holly, who was the victim who was affected. It's heart-wrenching to see people who look to have just a good time in their city end up facing the risk of assault or battery or getting beaten up.
She went back to Russia, didn't she? Because she's Russian.
To me, it's personal. Cincinnati's the city where I was born and raised.
It's personal that somebody got punched in the eye. Oh, no.
And at the same time, I think it's not an option anymore to just sweep these issues under the rug. because
you're running for office and you need votes from whites.
Sometimes it's politically incorrect to talk about crime in the cities.
He's just hoping that now that the whites will see him as not being as dark as he is.
No, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it in the open.
I'm sure you will talk about it in the open. It's the only shot you got.
And as you well know, Jesse, one of the things I love to do is to talk to even the people who disagree with me on this.
Yeah, sure you do, Johnson. I disagree with your existence as a candidate, as a political figure. And to think some morons thought you were an interesting candidate.
And the two of us are just going to have an open conversation with whoever wants to show up.
I'll show up and I got a conversation for your ass, buddy. Like, why does this matter? Why is this important? It's a fight. People fight all the time. Nobody even got unalived. What are you talking about?
Because for too long in this country, we have this culture of fear about certain issues.
Oh, look at this guy. Man, this is pathetic. Purely pathetic, horrific. You know what's a major problem in Ohio? Just like most other cities, most other major cities, you know what it is? Fentanyl. Fentanyl. You know, about 60,000 Americans overdose over fentanyl. You know what? It's a big problem in Ohio. Fentanyl overdoses. You know how many times he's talked about it? 0. But he's spending his whole week talking about a fight. An effing fight, Johnson. And any morons right now that in the comment section going on and oh my God, oh no, somebody got beat up. And somebody gets beat up every 2 seconds. On the scale of bad things happening, this is low, very low on the scale of bad things happening, Johnson. Right now, there's a flood in New York. Right now, flash flood, people getting stranded. Right now as we talk. There are bad things happening everywhere, okay? All the damn time. Yeah. Babies are being starved in Palestine. Palestinians are being starved to death right now as we talk. As we talk right now, another baby just died from starvation. They're also doing headshots and shut shots on kids, the IDF, right now. Shout out to Christian Smalls. Glad he made it home. You understand what I'm saying? We got this guy milking. He literally is milking the cow of anti-blackness with this damn dumb story. You know what? I hope my commentary triggers more of you. She got punched in the eye. She got lucky. Next time, don't stick your face in to a fight involving men. Won't you just fall back? She's not the only woman I've ever seen get sleeped while someone is fighting, while guys are fighting. You know? You just stay out of that shit. You do. It's a fight. Bad things happen in fights. Where are these people raised at? How many people were raised in Mayberry? You never seen a fight? I saw a guy get kicked in the face with a pair of Super Tims with the steel toe. He had the big woolly lump on his forehead for like a week. Okay? These things happen. As bad as it was, we welcome this over people going home and getting guns. This is people being nice. This is as nice as it gets in 2025 when somebody will beat your ass. This is beautiful. Right? Because now they just go get a gun and shoot everybody. You know, this is beautiful. Everybody gets to walk. Some people will walk differently for a little while, but did you get to walk away? He got to walk away. Young Dolph did not get to walk away. There are people that don't get to walk away. Everybody doesn't know.
Well, Americans are suffering from policymakers not stepping up and addressing this spread of crime. I'm going to put an end to that as the next governor.
It's not going to work if he gets elected. Ohio, you deserve what you get. He's a piece of garbage. He's scum. He's a liar. He's a fast-talking, smooth-acting, phony, empty suit with nothing to say of any importance. He's a panderer to the far right. He's a goofball. Get him out of here. Go home, Brahmin. Peace.
For the state, and the way we're going to do it is, yes, radical idea, talk in the open to each other.
All right. It's a smart idea, strong idea. Good luck. I think.
And I just gave you 6 minutes to say absolutely nothing about nothing. You're Jesse is the rights version of Jake Tapper. With a more punchable face. Nah, both of them are very punchable. Nah, they're equally punchable. Equally punchable faces.
That'll be fruitful. Thanks so much, Vivek. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.
Thank God.
Next on deck with Tim Black.
You promise? All right, guys. What a night, Johnson. What a night. Lord have mercy, Johnson. That's right. Cat Ferguson says, agreed. Ohio, don't do it. Don't do it, Ohio. You will regret it. Vivek is anti-black. It will be sad if he wins. It will be very sad if he wins. Yes. She shouldn't have been in the middle of a dogfight and couldn't take a hit. There it is. That's basic. Very basic. That's how life works. That's how life works. Yep. Stay out of it. Stay out of it. Go get the cops. Go call my ambulance. Go call ambulance. That's what we say. Go call ambulance. Go call ambulance. You only care because it was a white guy getting his ass kicked. There are some black people that only care because a white guy got his ass kicked. They wouldn't care if it was the black guys getting jumped by other black guys. They wouldn't even be talking about it. They're all sensitive now because some black folks got the we need to save the white guy syndrome. If it was the black guys fighting black guys, they wouldn't give a shit. Nah, they'd be fine. They wouldn't say anything. It wouldn't even be a story. It'd be like, damn, what'd they do to get beat up? But since it's white guys, they're like, oh my God, they gotta pick a side. Nah, do what you would normally do. Do what you would normally do. It's pathetic what you're doing, man. It's sad that we got black Americans jumping out the gym to defend some. They wouldn't defend you. If it was the other way around, you think the Russians would be like, oh God, you hear about the poor black guys that got beat up downtown in Johannesburg or wherever the hell they got. I don't even know a town in Russia. I don't even know a Russian town. Think they would give a shit. Oh God, there's some black guys who got beat up down at the thing, and they were getting some sauerkraut and they were with potatoes. And they got sucker punched. And one of the poor black women was punched in the eye socket. Punch her in the mouth. They punched him in the mouth. They wouldn't give a shit. They wouldn't talk about it for 2 seconds. It would be on Russian TV this quick. Overdone. Grand opening, grand closing. They wouldn't even cover it. But not us. Hey, boss. Any way I can help, boss? Anything I can do, boss? Some people are Sambos without even knowing it, man. They need to examine their thought process. They need to seriously take a beat and think about what they're doing. If this would have, and the same thing for white guys. White guys know damn well if a bunch of white guys got in a fight with another bunch of white guys, or some white guys beat up some white guys who don't live around there, came there and started some shit in their small town. What's the guy named, there's a white guy. Hold on a second. I thank you because you got me going. There was a song that came out. I need your help, chat. There's a song that came out about 4 or 5 months ago. It's a white guy called Small Towns. What was the white guy talking about in the small towns? What was the white guy talking about in the white small towns? I don't remember the lyrics. Anybody remember the lyrics? Hey, try that in the small town. That's it. That's the song name. That's it. Try that in the small town. Oxtail Cook. My brother. Oxtail Cook. That's it. That's what I'm looking for. Try that in a small town. That's it. Jason Aldean. Let me go to the lyrics, Johnson. sucker punch somebody on the sidewalk. A sucker punch could be like somebody that you slap in the face who got nothing to do with it. See, what I'm saying is this song reminds me of what the Russians were doing. They were in a town around a bunch of black people, and they slapped one of them in the face, and then they got dealt with. Something, if you're going to do, you need to be moving quick or have something on you. These are basic rules. See how you make it down the road. Try that in a small town. See how you make it down the road. Around here, we take care of our own. You can cross that line. It won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. See, Jason Aldean was singing these lyrics, trying to remind you, I would say to blacks, that if you come to a small town, you're going to fit to get dealt with. You come there laying hands on people, you're going to fit to get dealt with. He wasn't talking about one-on-one. He's talking getting stomped out. Yeah, like if you coming out the nightclub drunk with your friends and you start using the N-word, which we all know is fighting words to a lot of black Americans. Not all, but a lot of black Americans are ready to fight behind that. We all kind of know that. We all been in America long enough to know that may result in fights, right? Yeah, okay. But it sounds to me like Jason Aldean, if he wants to be consistent, he would be singing this song for the group of black guys that beat the hell up out of that Russian guy and his friends. It's not a race riot. It's not what Vivek is trying to make it just so he can buddy up to white people to try to get them to vote for him and forget that he's Indian. Nah, let's not do that. Some people need to learn not to use the N-word, and some people need to learn to keep their hands to themselves. Because no amount of 6 months probation, and what are you supposed to get for a fight? Like, you know, it's like these people want to bring back slavery, huh? What are you supposed to get? How much time are you supposed to get for beating someone's ass? Not setting their car on fire. Not pulling out a deadly weapon and shooting people. Like, what's the bond supposed to be? Like, what's supposed to happen after a fight? That's all it was. No one stole the nuclear codes. What? What it is, you're not used to white people getting their butts kicked. That's what it is. They did the same thing after the Montgomery Brawl. Same exact thing. I don't see a difference between the two scenarios, but for some reason, some people threw their cape on. Da 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 da! They threw their cape on. Da 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 da! I'm the white savior. Da 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 da! Da 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 da! Here I come, boss! Da 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 da! Da 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 da! How can I be of service, sir? Bunch of Michael Clark Duncan Green Mile mofos. Oh, boss. You okay, boss? Any way I can help you? Da 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 da. Cape flapping in the wind. Da 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 da. I'm done, Johnson. That's it.
Why can't we pick our own colors?
No way, no way. Tried it once, it doesn't work. You get 4 guys all fighting over who's going to be Mr. Black.